Okay, we are live on Periscope from Watertown, New York. I am here and so are you. Thank you so much for being here. Jordan Green Coup 1, everybody watching on replay and everyone in the room as we go. My name is ChrisStrub. I am the first man to live stream in all 50 U.S. states. I did this last summer from May 15th to August 21st. I worked with nonprofit youth organizations all around the United States, including Impression 5 Science Center. And I spoke a couple weeks ago at Summit Live in San Francisco about how nonprofits can and should use live streaming and social media to their benefit. And if you guys are here, if you can hear me, if you want to tap the screen, just let me know that you're alive out there or drop in a comment. That's cool. Just want to make sure the stream is working. Great. So, like I said, I'm Chris. I'm the first guy to live stream in all 50 U.S. states. In Michigan, I worked with Impression 5 Science Center, which is just this fantastic organization in Lansing, Michigan, East Lansing, actually, if we want to be scientific about it. And I notice as I look at Impression 5's timeline, or I look at the timeline of the Twitter list that I've created with all of the nonprofits that I worked with all around the United States, that a lot of them are using social media to talk about their gratitude to the regular media that is covering what they're doing, right? So, oh my goodness, thank you so much, XYZ news organization, for covering this. Or thank you so much, blah, 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 for the 15-second video clip on the news yesterday. And what is different about our world today versus last year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago is that every single person, every single organization, every single volunteer, they all have the opportunity in the palm of their hands to create their own media, to create their own video, to create their own news story, to create their own thing that doesn't depend on the quote-unquote traditional media to get out there and do these things for them. What's up, The Hoggle? So any nonprofit out there that thinks that it's important to express gratitude to the traditional media every time they stop by once every 6 months to cover something, that's cool. You're right. You should do that. That's fun. But the paradigm shift that you need to understand and recognize is that you have the opportunity now in the palm of your hand, in the form of Periscope, in the form of Meerkat, in the form of Blab, in the form of Snapchat, whatever the medium may be. You have the opportunity to create this media yourself. You no longer have to wait for the traditional media to come on in with the big camera and the little truck and everything, or to come in with a little handheld camera and film a little video for the newspaper website. No, 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 no. Those days are still here, and don't downplay it. That's important. I would not say forget about it. Don't think that that's not important. But the paradigm shift that you need to recognize in 2016 is that we are all creators. We are all storytellers. We all have the opportunity to tell our own stories, and we no longer have to rely on the traditional media. And by the way, if you guys have any comments or questions or anything, it's nice to know that you guys are alive out there in the comments. Yes, Rochester, New York in the house. But nonprofits, if you are listening, Impression 5 Science Center, for some reason you are listening, I am wearing my Impression 5 hat for a reason. I loved my time at Impression 5 Science Center. I loved walking around, experiencing all of the different 5 senses. That's why they call it Impression 5 Science Center. Such a great organization. I gave my Impression 5 t-shirt to Josh Greenbaum, who maybe can check out the replay after this. But Impression 5 Science Center would be a perfect spot for a nonprofit, to start live streaming and to show their own story and to not give up on, because again, traditional media is good, just like you wouldn't want to give up on Facebook, or you wouldn't want to give up on Meerkat, or whatever the other platforms may be. You don't want to give up on them, that's fine. But it's about redefining your focus and reassigning where you want to spend your energy and how you can spend your energy. Instead of saying, oh man, I really hope the TV cameras show up today. Oh man, I really hope the newspaper shows up today. Instead, come in with a plan to create your own content. Come in with a plan to create your own video that you can share, that you can say, here's what we did today. And you can do that anytime you want. You don't have to depend on the CEO of the local TV station and hope that you have someone on the board there. Forget about it. Forget about that. You don't have to depend on that anymore. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't do it. What's up, Luli_0013? Good to see you. You don't have to depend on the traditional media anymore. You don't. You really don't. Because there are platforms out there with whatever you want to do. If you want to walk around and just scope one to many and just say, okay, here we are. You want to see what we're doing. Let's maybe interview a couple people here. You can have conversations, back and forth. I got a quick trigger finger today because I'm on a roll. You want to walk around and talk to people at an event? Great. Or conversely, if you would like to have a conversation with others, a collaborative conversation, either with me that I can interview you or with other influencers in the space or other show interviewers, I'm certain that there are quite a few hosts out there on Blab who would love to speak to you about your message and give you that opportunity to get it out there, and I can help you. Or create your own show. Do your own thing. You no longer, let me repeat this for emphasis. The paradigm shift is that you no longer have to rely on traditional media to provide you content that you can share with your audience. You no longer have to sit there and cross your fingers and wait for a television story to be uploaded to their website for you to have something to show to your audience. You no longer have to sit there and pray that someone on your board of directors works at a television station nearby so you can get your events covered and so you can get video coverage from there. Those days are gone. They're done. They're done. So if you are the executive director or the CEO or the program manager or the volunteer coordinator at a nonprofit and you're watching this, I encourage you to download Periscope, to download Blab, and to look into how these platforms allow you to tell your story in a totally unique and creative and innovative fashion that, like I said, you no longer have to rely on television. You no longer have to rely on a newspaper. You no longer have to rely. Hey, Mr. 50 State, how are you? Hello again from Johannesburg, South Africa. Great to see you, Winston. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to wrap up here in a minute because I know everyone's time is valuable. So you no longer have to rely on television to tell your story in a creative video fashion. You no longer have to rely on the newspaper. You no longer have to rely on the local radio station. Perry fam! Yes! I finally put it on there for you guys. I like the white hat and the white shirt combination on the white background. It really makes me stand out here, doesn't it? I really should paint my wall or my door or find a darker wall or something to stand by. One more time. If you are a nonprofit, you no longer have to rely on the local television station, on the local, yes, throw some lipstick on. You no longer have to rely on the local media to tell your story in an innovative, we broadcast an important pitch to our internal partners, Work Like a Charm. Awesome. Perfect. You no longer have to rely on television, on newspaper, on the radio to tell your story in an innovative, creative video fashion. You no longer have that barrier to entry. You can pick up your phone and you can start talking. And if you tweet me, if you let me know that this is happening, I will be there. I promise. I will be there to listen. I want to help. I want to share. And I guarantee you there are people in this room that want to share. I guarantee you there are people that are watching on replay that want to share. Thank you. I dig your progressive view of being here. I appreciate it. Yes. So let me know. You let me know, Winston, how I can support. How can I help? I want to be part of what you guys are doing. If you are helping a nonprofit get out there and use social media to share your own message, I want to be there. I want to help any way possible. And I've got friends that want to help as well. Check out teamstrub.com, facebook.com/teamstrub, add me on Snapchat at ChrisStrub, Instagram at ChrisStrub. Get my book, 50 States, 100 Days. The book is available now at teamstrub.com, and I will see you guys real soon. Also, check out Impression 5 Science Center, and shout out one more time to the Perry fam. Appreciate it. Yes, I know lots of nonprofits that could benefit from that. Tell them to get in touch with me. Tell them to watch the Katch of this replay. It'll be tweeted out on my stream. I'll go retweet the Katch link once it comes through. Tell them to go rewatch this message. And if they have any additional questions at all, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, email, anything that I can do at all, you guys let me know. Okay? See you soon.